welcome back to my crochet collections channel. Today we are going to learn how to make this little beanie hat. What you need is a 5.5mm hook. You need some worsted weight yarn, a tape measure, a yarn needle, and some scissors. Once you have all of these materials, let's head over to the table and get started. See you guys soon. To start our little toddler hat, we are going to take our yarn, wrap it around our fingers to where there are 2 loops around them. We're going to grab our hook and chain 1. So once you have your chain 1, just turn your little loop around, and we are going to half double crochet 12 times right into this little circle that we created. So once you've got 12 half double crochets in your circle, I will meet you back and we will begin round 2. And just remember to double count and make sure you have 12. And that chain 1 does not count as a half double crochet. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So once you have 12 half double crochets in your magic ring, just grab this short tail that you see hanging out and pull it shut. And instead of working over my tail, I'm just going to leave it out for now. And I'm going to grab my hook and close it off with a slip stitch. And that first chain right there might be a little bit difficult to get your hook into, just because you cinched it tightly. So just take your time, trying to get through that last stitch with the first stitch of that round, and I will meet you back to start row 2. Round 2 is going to begin with the chain of 1. And we are going to work a half double crochet 2 times right into this next stitch. We are not going to be working into the same stitch where we did our slip stitch. So just yarn over and do 2 half double crochets right into that same stitch. Now we are going to work 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. And then we are going to do 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. And that will be the pattern for the rest of this round. And by the end of it, you should have a total of 18 stitches. And just like row 1, we are going to go back and double count to make sure that we have the right amount before we move on. Now see you guys in a little bit. To begin round 3, we are going to chain 1. And just like our previous row, we are not going to work into that same stitch. We are going to work 2 half double crochets right into that next stitch. And there's 1, and there's 2. We then want to work 2 half double crochets into the next couple of stitches once. And there's 1, and 2. And then do 2 half double crochets into that third stitch. And that would be the pattern for the rest of this round. And you should have a total of 24 stitches at the end of this third round. Now I'll see you guys in a little bit. You should be ending your third row with 1 half double crochet in the last 2 stitches. And that will bring you to a total of 24 half double crochets. Just close that stitch with a slip stitch into that first half double crochet. And that closes round 3. For round 4, we are going to yarn over, chain 1, and do 2 half double crochets right into this next stitch. And that is just like we did for the previous 3 rounds. Into the next 3 half double crochet stitches, we are going to do 1 half double crochet into that stitch. And we're only going to do it once. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Into that 4th stitch, we are going to do 2 half double crochets into that same stitch. And that will be the pattern for the rest of this row. And at the end, we should have a total of 30 stitches all the way around. And just to make sure, we are going to go back and count our stitches. So we want to do 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3. And into the 4th, we are going to do a half double crochet twice. Now meet you back at the end of this row. Just remember that at the end of round 4, we should be ending with 3 half double crochets in each of the next stitches. So go ahead and finish the row, and we will come back into the 5th row, and we are still increasing. And you should have a total of 30 half double crochets at the end of round 4. For round 5, we want to chain 1, and then we are going to yarn over and half double crochet twice into this next stitch. And that would be the starting point of our increase for our increase round. So there's 1 and 2. We are now going to half double crochet once into the next 4 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Actually, that's only 3. You need to do 1 more. So there's 4. Right into this 5th stitch, we are going to do another increase. And that is 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. And then we are going to half double crochet once into the next 4 stitches. And that would be our repeating pattern for the rest of this round. There's 1. Once you've reached the end of your round, you should have a total of 30 stitches. And just remember to go back and double check just to make sure that you have the correct amount. And if you are landing on 4 single half double crochets at the end, then you are doing it correctly. And if not, you need to go back and double check. So now we'll see you at the end of this round. row 6 is going to be your last row of increasing. So you want to yarn over, chain 1, and then yarn over and do an increase right in that next stitch. And that is 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. We are then going to half double crochet once into the next 5 stitches, and that will be the repeating pattern for the remainder of this round. And at the end of round 6, you should have a total of 42 stitches. And in the previous round I said you should have a total of 30, but you should actually have a total of 36. So that was my bad on that part. So I'll meet you back at the end of this round. And just remember, it is 2 half double crochets in this first stitch, and then half double crochet once into the next 5. And that is your last round of increasing. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. For the next several rows, or until you reach the size of your little one's head, you are just going to yarn over, chain 1, and then half double crochet once into each stitch and every stitch all the way around. And at the end of each row or round, you should have a total of 42 half double crochets. And you can customize this by adding in different colors or striping it, or just doing whatever you want to it. And if you want to make this hat for a larger size, you can just add more increasing rows until it fits the width of your head. So I'll let you guys go and work this for a few rounds and then show you what it looks like when the hat is complete. So I'll see you guys in a little while. So when you guys are done with the length of your beanie, it should generally be between 6 to 7 inches. And mine is measuring around 6 inches in length. With the circumference of your little beanie, it should be around 14 inches. And that is what mine is measuring out to be in circumference right now, and that is generally the size that is recommended for little beanie hats. So I hope you guys have enjoyed learning how to create this little beanie alongside me, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving break within the next week. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye!